What up, Jopins? Episode 196. Brendan's back alive. Brendan, what the hell happened to you?
Oh, dude, Jobin's last night was rough. I had a little too much to drink. I mixed it with some Zens, and then my room was spinning, and I threw up a little bit. A lot. Sorry, Sean's yard.
His yard?
Well, I had to walk out of the warehouse and then throw up because it was so bad.
Yeah, I'm glad to know that's your story.
Yeah, guys, it's just like when it's a good time and I'm having fun and making everybody laugh. I'm like, oh man, give me another drink. I'm bad about it. I am, and then the Zens don't help either.
First off, these weren't just any Zens. This was 8 milligrams. 8 milligrams Zens, Brendan Michael Moran. And 2, I did a 2 milli on the Timbo Sugar Show one time, and it turned me green, and I threw up. So 8 milligrams, my God, what'd you feel?
Oh my God, it felt amazing at first. I was like, yeah, that was my second one. I had one before that.
Second?
I had 2 of the 8 MGs, man, because I had
You're a god.
and I was drinking Budweiser, and then before the Budweiser, I had a couple shots too. Before that.
Shane Gillis, sit down.
Oh yeah, I know. It's like it's not like I'm a day drinker or anything. It's like it's a social drinking, but man, I do get ahead of myself pretty often.
Just like God didn't give me hair because I would be a problem. God didn't give you height and size because you would be a problem. For a man your size and doing what you do, it's.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
Yeah,
Is that a good thing?
No, you're a life of the party. You were. It was a poker night / fight night at Sean's last night, and I wasn't playing poker. I didn't want to play last night. I was just watching the fights.
Mm-hmm.
And you were doing good. You went out, you lost all your 50, you bought back, and then you were up, right? And he's loaded now by this time, Jobins. And I didn't know you were doing Zens. I just thought my boy was drinking. I had no idea you were doing Zens.
Oh, yeah, I had it in the upper lip.
You got back up to 116, and it was when the Volk fight started happening. And you come over to me like, dude, I'm back up 16. What should I do? And I'm like, well, play until the Volk fight, and we'll see where you're at. Literally, Jobins runs over there. They play. He goes all in on a bluff.
Yeah.
Against Garrett, who had, I think, a pair.
Mm-hmm.
He had something.
Dude, he wasn't playing around, man. My bluffing is really good, Jobins. You don't know. I'm an actor too, and I can bluff. I had him. He was scared.
It was one of the funniest things ever. Yeah, but then all of a sudden, about 5 minutes later, you come crashing over to me, laying down. I'm like, oh my God, what have you done? I'm like, what have you done to him? Mm-hmm. And then that's when I find out you got Zens. Then you get up to go throw up. Yeah. Sean has to grab you. Someone else, I think it might have been Warlike, help grabs you. They take you over to the trash can. And they're like, Sean's like, Schmidt, come get your boy. And I'm like, oh. So I go over to get you, and then I sit you down. Me and David, shout out David, we get you at first we get you water, right? Mm-hmm. This is where I fucked up, Jobins. I go to get you water. I think I got you. I'm looking at it.
It was like salty or something.
I know.
Dude.
It said bad. Mineral water on the bottle. It didn't say anything else. And me, even David, had to look at it. And then I'm like, should I try it? But you had just thrown up everywhere all over yourself.
Yeah.
Drinking out of this bottle. And I'm like, fuck. He's like, well, he's your brother, man. You know him way more. I'm like, you're right. So I fountained it. I was like, dude. It was like all super salty. I was like, oh, God, I feel bad. He took like 4 good swigs of this shit, Jobins, while he's trying to come back to
Guys, I can't tell you enough how much I love my brother here.
Yeah.
He was so concerned and was really watching out for me. So
dude, I was like, at first I was in shock because I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? And then I'm like, oh, he took Zens. I'm like, oh, and then dude, I've been there, guys. When you're spinning like that and that feeling you have from Zens, I'm just standing. Me and David are just watching you, and I'm like, yep, get it out, buddy. And then you're just kind of throwing up in this little gravel, and I'm like, try not to throw up on yourself, buddy. Mm-hmm. And then we kept giving you the bottle, and we're like, all right, every 10, we got good water. Shout out, David.
Man, it's just like, it's something that I have always had to deal with. It's something I got to work with. It's a character flaw, for sure.
It's a Zen Nation right now, though, bro. I don't know what the hell this big deal about Zen Nation sweeping the nation with this shit. Nicotine fucks me up.
It does. That's why I think people like it, though.
I don't like that. I can't describe. It's a nauseous feeling, obviously, where you turn green. But then, like, the feeling of nicotine, I can only explain it in sound. And it's... You know what I mean? So
stay
yeah,
away
not
from
my
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Not my thing. I don't know how you motherfuckers are zinning everywhere. So yeah, you learn the lesson. Don't zin and drink at the same time.
Yeah, shout out JX.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Man.
I'm glad you're alive.
What a good time.
Yeah. Oh no, last night was a good night. It was a good night of fights. Fuck, dude. Jobins, we've been we'll get to the fights here in a little bit. We have been using Opus. If you've noticed, we've been doing some shorts, and I really enjoy it. It's still got some flaws, you know.
It's got good B-roll footage.
It's
the
got-
the animated clips.
This thing it generates every episode that I've plugged in so far. It's generated 30 plus clips, and some of them are kind of shitty because they're real short, and then they kind of the titles I love. It comes up with epic
It does come
titles.
up with good titles.
Great titles, funny ass B-roll photos. But sometimes the only thing is like the time length on the clips and then where it's at. But you're able to go and edit it. So I
Dude,
love it.
It does a lot for just clicking a few buttons to make such like viral clips though.
Yeah, if you guys don't have anything, we should have been doing this a long time. But the fun thing is we have 194 episodes to go back and fucking clip from. So that's sick. And it's really fun getting them uploaded and seen from past shit. But if you were debating, I recommend it. We paid the year thing that it has, and it's only gonna get better, right?
You know what the best part is, bro? It's like me and you and like all the audience of Jobins. It's like we talk about AI fucking so much, right? That it's like, yeah, it's like why not take the most advantage of it? Because I feel like are the most aware of the potential issues it could bring up. Yeah. So like we're gonna use it to the full extent. It's not going anywhere, and it's just making life easier. I use another app just like that called Transcript, and I just did it for our first episode all the way back. And it took all of our transcripts, like the dialogue from just the URL. Then I was able to paste that into ChatGPT, and it come out with the timestamps. They're not perfect, so I am still working on. I got to go back in and check them a little bit more. But AI is getting crazy.
It's sick, isn't it?
Dude, it's sick. And that's just how Opus is.
Can you imagine if we had brought people back from the dead and could show them who were into making movies, who had creative minds? I wonder if they'd love or hate it. Dude, or they'd be like, what the fuck? This is crazy.
They would be like, what the fuck? Because how are they going to know how to use it or anything?
That one, I forget if he was Japanese, Chinese, he was something, but he was an artist. And he hates the AI. He was talking, he's like, dude, it's like, I don't like it because I'm going to create what I think is art. And I was like, dude, I feel what he's saying. But at the same time, it's like, when we're getting to the point where me and you are just fucking around talking into ChatGPT and it's making what we're talking about, how insane. We're going to be making movies in our palm of our hand in no time.
Yes.
In no time.
That's for sure.
And then you just showed me that the reel of them bringing the Grand Theft Auto 4 characters to life.
That was AI is creating, dude, it's crazy.
And you know what's sick about that is because I always remember playing video games, growing up, and you're like, man, I wish this was a movie. This was such a good video game. It's like, dude, we'll be able to take that video game, plug it into an AI thing, and it'll make it a movie that we can watch. That'll look real. It's nuts. We're in some times.
It's limitless.
It's sick. It's sick.
It's honestly limitless.
Yeah. May 1st through the 8th, Jobins, going back home. So I can't wait to see my mom. Can't wait to see my family and friends. It's a little fucking like, it's part of that time of life. Like even you just FaceTimed your mom and brother.
Yeah, my mom's visiting my brother who lives in Florida now, which is crazy to think about. I'm sure Dad's just having the time of his life at the house by himself.
They're gonna come visit us one day, and we're getting them on the pod, and I can't wait. But you're starting to realize it now. I'm hearing it from you, and it's the same thing that I had. And we're in that time of age, man. Our parents are getting older. We're getting older. And so I got to go back home, guys. I got to get all my stuff, and then I got to drive it back here. My mom's selling our home.
Dude, family home.
Family home.
Dude, I understand.
29 years I spent in that home, and I'm super blessed and lucky. Do you know, I reflect in these moments too, right? Because no matter how sad I am about it, I got to go, man, was I so lucky, guys. I was so blessed to have not only two parents that really cared and loved about me, but I could tell them everything. All my friends grew up in the house with me. It was the house that hung, of course we had other buddies' houses that were spots in time for moments. But it
Dude,
was always my house.
your
for the
house was
hangouts.
the house. Like, I think I'm more
This-
emotional about your house
Bro, I
than my own from back in Shelley Manor, bro.
I could cry because I think about what my dad used to tell me. He's like I would fight him, right? I would back when I was in my relationship. You think, oh, I'm gonna have my own home, family, kids, and my dad would be like, Rick, I'm gonna leave this. This house is gonna be left to you. And even back then, I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with it? You know what I mean? I'm like, I can't live here. I'll go. It'd be weird, you and mom being gone, and I'm there. So everyone deals with it, right? But damn, is it sad because it's like there's so many memories, memories that flood, the good times.
Dude, the names on the walls, the heights of everybody that was there.
Yeah,
our podcast was in the basement, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Like the Brandon Schmitty show from the start.
There's gonna be a lot of things that even right now I'm not thinking of that are gonna hit me, and I got to figure out, okay, what the fuck am I gonna do with all this stuff? Because there is some of my dad, like there's a lot of my dad's tools and shit that I want because he had so many fucking tools, and so I got to figure all that out, easy peasy. But yeah, even our dogs, Snickers and Monet.
Yeah.
Snickers was like my first true dog. Had him as a kid. Died when I was in college. Buried in the backyard. Monet. Little fucking ankle biter, Monet. That motherfucker lived forever. He was like 16. Buried in the backyard. We got our pool. It's just crazy. But most importantly, guys, is my mom's alone in that home. It's her by herself with 2 little puppies. And it kills me knowing my mom's alone. So I want what's best for her.
Yeah.
And great news is that she's going to go live with my aunt and cousin. They're all living in it's going to be like Golden Girls.
Yeah, most certainly.
You know what I mean? Shout out Golden Girls back in the day. You guys know what that is. Damn it, Mike.
Dude, Golden Girls is the shit, dude. It's definitely going to be like that. The 3 of them in the house together, I think it's going to be a good thing, just like you're saying. It's better for your mom to be with family, Everybody loves each other. It's good.
Facts. But is Schmitty about to go through some shit? Absolutely. You know what I mean? It's going to hit selling the family home. And especially because it's even weird going there and my dad not being there, But definitely happy for my mom. And also I always envision my mom kind of moving out here to AZ, which isn't, it could always still happen. It's just the houses out here are so fucking expensive.
Dude, the housing market is crazy right now.
Yeah, dude. It's insane. So yeah, if we don't, I'm gonna try. We've been so busy, Jobins. I'm gonna try and get an episode or 2 recorded, so that way we can release while I'm gone. That'd be cool. But if not, I'm sorry. When I'm back, we'll get some episodes out, baby. Yeah,
that'll be good, dude. Dude, honestly, that would be a sick movie to watch, bro. You just having a road trip journey of self-discovery back to your family home.
I should vlog.
That would be such a freaking movie, dude.
Oh man,
I just got
so
goosebumps.
Sad, dude.
It
you
is.
You know what I mean? Like it's saying goodbye to something that's a part of your whole life.
Oh my god, 100%.
All the flood of memories. But again, even though I'm going through these sad emotions and I'm like, fuck, I don't know, like I don't want it to go. I have to be grateful for what I had, and I'll always have, as long as this brain's good, I'll always have those memories, and I got a lot of friends back at home that have all the memories of that home, So, yeah.
Damn. The title, The Home I Grew Up In.
It'd be lit is, one day, like, we make it, right? And then we're loaded, and then I go back and I buy that house.
That would be so fire.
Right? That would be fucking lit.
Manifest destiny. It's happening.
Yeah. But most importantly, my mom isn't going to be alone. I'll know that if anything happens, there's someone right there. So that's what's going to also keep me happy about it. Yeah. And then who knows? I'm going to drive back. Who knows? Maybe she can come drive back with me, and I'll fly her back home. She can come stay out here for a little bit.
That's big.
That's not something really, a lot of people will kind of feel what I'm feeling. And a lot of people are like, oh yeah, that ain't nothing, because they move around so much. You were in your home forever. Me and Brendan lived, Jobins, I could literally walk out my front door, right? And then the street would go up to the cul-de-sac, just a little tiny cul-de-sac where some of our buddies lived. And then I lived on the corner, and then you'd go down the street, make a left, and it would take you down Shelley Manor. And you were the second house going down that. Or no, yes, second house going down the street. Literally walk out my front yard, and I could see Brendan's whole backyard, his pool, his deck, into his kitchen. I could wave
Yeah.
to him, in which I had. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, but growing up for you, like you were there. How long? How old were you when you guys moved out of that house?
We would have been 19. I would have been 19 because I was in college.
So I was 22.
Yes, and then my parents moved.
Wow.
And then, that was weird coming back from college.
That was like
to the new house.
2000, what, 17, 18 or 16, 17?
Bro, that'd be like 2015.
2015.
Yeah, we're like you said, we're older than dude.
I know it's. I hate it.
In 2 years, in 2027, that'll be 10 years since I graduated college.
It fucking freaks me out how fast time. It's freaky.
And then Zach and Mary make a porno thinking about how old those characters were when we were watching them as kids, bro. But they were really supposed to be playing 28, 29-year-olds.
You know, can you still remember the night we watched that with Mark?
Mm-hmm.
And my parents were gone doing something fun. They were having like a fun night, and we had the house to ourselves.
Dude.
And it was me, you, Mark, Bruns, and someone else. You remember?
I don't know who else it was.
I think it just was us, maybe. And Jobins, we were getting high. We had the whole house to ourselves, and we watched Zach and Mary make porno, and we were just living it up.
Those times were epic.
Fuck, man. Sorry for yelling, but god damn it. We had such a blessed childhood. I miss it. We have such blessed lives right now. You know what I mean?
So much has changed, dude, in the time we've been gone. Just having the stoplights put up where your house is, dude, and the buildings, the new businesses and stuff. It is sad, dude. Just time and stuff like that. But positive, gratefulness.
Right? Time in a bottle, baby. Time in a bottle. Time in a fucking bottle. Let's recap Sean and Merab's press conference. Oh boy, Jobins. Merab came out having Sean as a little baby. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to give credit where credit's due. He's funny. Yeah.
He still have the lookalike guy with him?
I'm sure he was telling us a story about that guy. But, you know, he didn't miss a beat. He had the happy dad hats. Mm-hmm. And he had the fucking shit. But I loved Sean. We saw it in Sean. He's not playing around. He's focused. He's here to prove a point. Mm-hmm. And that's what I fucking loved. And as soon as they were like, oh, what about Dana White privileges? And he was like,
that was funny.
Thanks, Dana Nux. Dude, I love to see it.
Dude, he's unbreakable, man. His mind can't be broken. Even all that shit talk and all the haters, that does not faze him.
Yeah. And I know it wasn't the most exciting press conference, Jobins, but when you're a big Sean O'Malley fan, it was exciting because you're seeing a man who's focused. My boy didn't even have his hair colored. My boy was up there, didn't even give a fuck. You know what I mean? Look how far Merab went. And here's another thing. Sean ain't getting pay-per-view sales right now. Mm-hmm. Merab is. So Merab's the one that's got to dance. Sean's coming to kill.
Dude, Merab has showed nothing but respect.
I know.
And then what's also weird is this is his first rematch against an opponent. So
I like that.
He's so hung up on a game plan changing and everything that it's man, hopefully that could also play a part, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, hats off to Merab. He's saying everything right? He knows what Sean's game plan is, which is to come more sharp, focused, healthier, different, being more of a. I think his hips are going to play a big part. I would love to see some fucking great hip defense, shuffles out from a Merab takedown, right hook. This is my dream, right? It's up against the cage, right? Merab shoots, Sean's up against the cage, hip slips out, dink, right hook. Merab stuns Merab, right? Merab trembles into a fucking Sean O'Malley guillotine. Sean gator rolls. You know what I mean? We seen some shit last night.
Oh, yeah.
And submits Merab. I wake up in the middle of the night and I go, oh, that'd be amazing.
I just hope, I love that, and I just hope that, dude, in Merab's head, he's just thinking about, dude, anytime in this fight, in this 5 rounds, our boy could just sleep him.
I know, right?
Dude, because press him right on the button.
I know. You know, I gotta be truthful. Sean wasn't one of my fucking best friends, loved the guy, Sean wasn't a part of this, and Merab was a different weight class. You know what I mean? I would like Merab. I'd be like, damn, he's a good champ. This guy's fucking. Who's gonna beat this guy?
Yeah, especially after that Dagestani guy he beat too.
Yep. That's why it's so exciting that if Sean goes and does it again, might lose me in New Jersey.
Fuck, man.
But I thought the press conference went really well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited. Oh, jinx.
Minecraft opened up at 301 mil. Holy fucking shit. kids are running around causing chaos in the fucking movie theaters. Have you seen those clips?
Yeah, dude. Someone was talking about it. Me and Brendan went to the gym, and someone was bringing up a video of it, and it was like chicken jockey, and then everyone flips out and throws popcorn. I felt bad for the ushers.
I'm telling you right now, as a guy who worked for a movie theater for 6.5 years, manager for 5.5, if I would have saw this shit happen, I would have got my employees. I would have had them all grab a butler. We would have closed that door, and I would have said, "Hey guys, guess who's helping to clean this shit?" Especially to some kids doing the shit they're doing. I'd fucking have my employees film that shit.
Dude, such a mess.
If their parents had a problem, I'd be like, "Hey, yo, this ain't a daycare," because that's what parents love to do that a lot of people don't know about movie theaters. It's a good spot for parents to drop off a load of kids and then dip. These Minecraft kids causing hell. Holy shit, that would have caused a brain aneurysm for fucking Schmidt. But I'd have fucking had it taken care of.
How old are they, too? Because there's an older group of Minecraft fans,
dude.
too. It's not like they're just in their teens.
Well, it seems there's those fucking kids that go crazy in reels, and they're just destroying shit, and there's a group of friends causing hell. And I feel like it's like almost we're in that jackass phase again. And so now they want to go, where's a place to cause hell?
But
a movie theater.
And then why Minecraft and the chicken jockey moment?
So much sense.
It does make sense. I'm so old. I feel like I'm like,
nope.
I don't. What are these kids doing? I don't understand it.
I see it, and I know why they're doing it. And I'm like, you little sons of bitches.
What is it?
It's like they. It's so. Remember how like they would make those videos? Oh my God, best night ever, and they're watching Hawk Tuah, and they're drinking Prime. Like
I don't know this either.
It's a wave, man.
It's a wave.
It's like the over the top. So like, remember how when we saw Lord of the Rings, I apologize. I actually saw the third one with my mom and sister, and then I think me and you went and saw it later. They stood and applauded when that girl went, "I am no man," right? And even I was sitting there going, "Oh shit, that was actually kind of fire."
Oh yeah.
Because they dropped it right? It's in a perfect scene. She's kicking ass. She's about to kill this thing that's never been killed. And she's like, "I am no man." And it was like, woo, people stood up. So that's real, right? Now these kids want to do that, but they want to make it over the littlest thing. So like when I saw this clip of one of these characters coming out, and these fucking kids lost their mind.
It's kind of funny now.
It is if you're a young kid and you're doing it, right? You're being a little terrorizer.
They mean for it to be stupid.
Oh yeah. And I'm like, but to be a 9-to-5 usher walking into your job, having a hell of a day, and then you got to deal with this shit, I'm out. I'm fucking out.
All that popcorn, all the drinks.
I'm out. All the spills. Bro, oh my
yeah. It probably gets all over the chairs, too.
Yeah, dude. Not cool.
That isn't cool,
I feel bad for all the people.
And yet we still want to see the movie.
I know, and I want to go see it today. I'm worried. I'm like, are these little fucking tantrums going to happen? I'm going to get covered in fucking soda and popcorn.
Yeah. Well, dude, if we go, we should see. I want to see if my girl wants to go, too, because it's our 2 years coming up. And tomorrow will be 2 years.
That's insane.
I know.
How's it feel?
We're talking about time all the time. Dude, I'm just really grateful. So it's been really nice.
Did that go by quick?
It did. Too quick.
It's because time flies when you're having fun. You get near anything special? I guess you can't really say in the pod, huh? Yeah, I don't know. You never thought about it until this moment right now.
Yeah, I'm not a gift person, really. But I did get her this Louis Vuitton bag, but she did immediately knew it was a counterfeit, and it was from Barcelona.
That's still fire.
Yeah, it was like $30.
Yeah.
So you know me, bro.
Yeah, so what? It's like, chill. You getting inspected by every person you walk by with it?
Yeah.
The good eyes can probably tell.
Yeah, okay, there's a little bit of difference. Let's move on, okay? It's just I'm really happy for the 2 years, and I hope she wants to see the movie, too. I don't know. Minecraft is such a big movie.
Maybe
it's like, we got to see it.
What if you guys have already been to Sedona with each other, right? Why don't you go to California's only 4 hours away. Why don't you go to like the beach or something?
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Document it.
Yeah.
Wait, I'd be vlogging too.
All right, Jobin, see you later. We're about to make sweet love for for 2 years. That would be fire. I think everyone would love to see it.
Yeah, but
congrats, man, to 2 years.
Hey, thanks.
That's a lot. It's a lot of time, especially in this time of day, man, where fucking people are just so. As soon as something comes up, they dip, and everyone's so. I don't know.
And you know what I think about Minecraft too, guys? is like on 2 years ago for our first date, we went and saw the Mario Brothers movie.
Oh wow.
And that movie's bomb.
I love
you
that
know?
movie.
So this movie, like, I have kind of high hopes.
Apparently we're getting a super
You kind of look like the guy from Minecraft. Jason Momoa's character.
I know, dude.
With the
I'm
walk
like,
here and the now that I'm seeing you right now, I'm like, that's
so many people might hate us for the fact that we want to go see Minecraft, but here's the thing. I have to, right? It's like a duty. It's like an obligation here. I feel obligated to go see this film.
We talk about reviews. It's only right that we will go see the movie.
And no matter what, dude, and I'm sorry, guys, we all can say stupid shit sometimes. Political views, everyone's got them, right? As long as you're a good person at the end of the day and you do good, you're not mean, you're not hateful, you don't do things in despite. You know what I mean? You're good. I love Jack Black. He's one of my heroes. He's one of my heroes.
That was a great transition.
Well, I didn't like the whole Tenacious D backlash thing. That kind of upset me, but I get what people were saying. You know what I mean? It was a bad joke. But I just love Jack Black so much. He is just one of those spirits. He just seems like, I don't know him personally. You hear things about him personally, co-stars, people he works with. You see interactions that he has with paparazzi where he's just like, he's kung fu pandaing paparazzis for fun. You know what I mean?
Bro, can I say, did you see that two of the kids from the School of Rock movie? They got married and he wasn't even at the wedding.
What if he was shooting a movie?
Jack Black.
What if he was shooting a movie?
Dude, that would be so special. And then
It
you had that
been.
interaction with all those kids.
That
and
would've
two
been
of them
cool.
invite you to the wedding. Bro,
They did do like an anniversary thing one time.
that's cool.
Dude,
He is
Jack
a busy
Black's the
guy.
man.
He is a busy guy. You got to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I've seen him sing. And
He's-
every time he sings, he's just, his little spirit comes out. And then he sings to kids who have cancer or Down syndrome who are in wheelchairs. I'm like, God, how can you not love Kung Fu Panda?
He was on SNL too because he was promoting the movie. And he actually was really funny, guys. I have been hating on SNL for a little bit now, but I was liking the clips.
Dude, it's Jack fucking Black. The one and only Jack fucking Black. And I know, again, people can be like, oh, he said this. You know what I mean?
Some people compromise though, and what if this movie's the movie? This is why it's such an like we have a duty to watch this movie because it could prove like is he a bad guy or not.
So
This could be it.
if we made it right, we had millions of followers, millions of viewers, and a political guy came to you and said, "Hey, I'll give you $10 million if you just say this on your pod."
Fuck no.
Good man. Never
No,
sell
dude.
out here at British
Yo,
Mini Show.
bro.
We ain't never selling out here at British Mini Show.
I'm
We
not
may need
saying
it.
that's life changing money and
We may need
everything,
it.
but dude, to compromise like that just breaks your character.
But think about 10 milli. That's get your mom out of retirement. That's getting your, you know what I mean, taking care of shit.
Dude, if they're paying you $10 million to say something political, that's because it's evil.
Right?
That's just at the end of the day, it's something evil that you've done.
You're right.
I know you make fun of me, dude, working at a bank and stuff and like talking about how that's evil and there's blood on my hands. But that's another level of like, hey, you like actually were holding the gun and pretty much pulled the trigger. If you're going to accept a bribe, that's a bribe.
Right?
I'm not, no.
I agree. It's what put political shit's what put laws at hand to make what our lives hell or heaven.
Dude, and with everything going on right now, seems like such a spiritual war, bro. With heaven and
I
hell, and
know.
you got Facebook congressional hearings, Jobin's going on, where it's like this. Dude, I thought that this was a freaking the same whistleblower. It's another girl who was a exec for Meta, and she was talking about how they were pushing AI capabilities in China back in 2014. Think about the threat to national security.
Oh, yeah.
That Facebook has posed or Meta has posed. We need a new social network movie, bro.
I would love it. Please, please, please. Same cast, please.
Same cat, dude. Jesse
Please.
Eisenberg, and they show him doing jujitsu and shit.
Oh my god.
You have a Dana
please.
White actor.
It would be so fire. What would you call it? You can't call it Social Network 2. Social Network has to be the first title. There has
Ooh,
to be a completely
Meta.
different title. It has to be a different title.
Meta.
Yeah.
I think Meta would be a good name for it.
Dude, what do you think though? Like whistleblowers, you hear whistleblowers getting killed. People were talking about the planes that are getting killed. Planes are falling out of the sky. Every day I'm seeing a new plane crash somewhere, killing something or someone.
Dude, the full might of Meta is going after Sarah Wynn Williams right now, bro. They got all their
She's gotta be
lawyers on
scary.
her, hundreds of millions of dollars they're trying to sue her for that she doesn't have. You know what I'm saying? But like, not even that. You need a security detail because someone's gonna kill her, dude.
Isn't it kind of crazy that the family that just died, that guy was a huge part of technology?
Oh, or who are you talking about?
You didn't hear about that? Literally, I know I know,
Oh
Joe,
my
but
God.
every day there's a small plane crash here, small plane crash here.
Oh,
It was the New York one, a family of 5. This guy, his wife, and his 3 children. This guy was. I watched. I watched this video where helicopters, like, if a pilot were to go down really fast and then up, I forget what it was called, but it makes the plane go like that to where the propellers could actually slice the tail off.
oh shit, dude.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's what happened with this case, but in the video, it's missing its tail, it's missing its propellers, and they just kapoosh.
And the dude that died in it was an AI.
A huge tech guy.
Huge
I don't know
tech
about
guy.
AI, but he had so many things with like advancing technology in so many different areas.
Dude, the tech giants, bro. The tech giants like Meta. And then we can't forget about our boy Elon.
Is a movie happening right now?
A movie's happening
So
right
many-
now.
And it's just like, here we are, podcast, everyone living their life. Oh, we're worried about like tariffs, and we're worried about how our fucking eggs are up. But some people are getting whacked.
Dude, Meta's accused of freaking, and we know that this has happened, putting negative feeds specifically towards young girls too, that like 13 to 19, you know, like pushing all these negative feeds and getting them all depressed and stuff. And they were doing internal research that they hid from the public. Like, they are testing us too.
Oh, yeah.
Like CIA level deep state, that is what Meta has already been doing. And I'm sure our boy Elon is doing the same type of shit. Internal research. Who knows how crazy it is?
And then how'd you guys feel with all the people being there last night at the fights? Remember that? Trump had everybody.
Damn, that's.
Trump brought the whole fucking kit and caboodle, man.
I think it's honestly, it's probably a good thing for publicity wise, just rubbing elbow with like the common people, you know, like not being hidden away and not too good to show up to the freaking Catholics meeting thing that Kamala Harris said she was too good for. Like, these are the good, right things that the political people need to be doing to be gaining favor.
Right? Well, dude,
Smart.
it's crazy how we live in this time too, where never before in history have we had a president sit ringside of UFC fights, of modern day gladiators competing, and it's one of the biggest sports in the world right now, and it creates highlights of it's every day, every fight night. There's highlights of people getting knocked out brutally, right? Something that we all love. And then right after these athletes make these KOs and brutal highlights, they're taking photos ringside with the President of the United States. Dominic Reyes just had one of his greatest performance and knockouts of his life last night. That's going viral. What did he do? Take a photo with Donald Trump with his whole team. That's going viral. This is never before in history.
How do you feel that Donald Trump feels like, dude, he has to feel like the emperor, bro.
John Jones handed him his belt. John Jones, the greatest, the person who's that Dana White will say is the greatest of all time, handing the President of the United States the belt.
It's
That's massive.
wild.
It's unification in a good way. Like, it should be a good thing. Unifying the country with sport. But the thing about UFC, right? Like, this is global. This is a global sport. Like, I know.
Well, the president himself is global. If you think about how much influence the United States has over the world.
Yeah, dude.
And then you got China, Russia, the big players. It's one of them, you know? So,
It's just massive to see. It's very interesting.
damn, think of the greatest of all time giving his belt over to...
In these images, floosh.
He's got to feel like an emperor, man. He's got to
Right?
feel like a king. Like you said, I like how you compared it to the gladiator games, bro.
It's that time, man. It's very interesting.
Damn. Dude, UFC fights were crazy, too.
They were
like that
last
Dominic Reyes one you brought up.
Yeah.
I was calling that a mile away, guys. I was saying that Dominic Reyes is looking good. He's going to come. I think he's coming for the championship.
Dude, just like Conor McGregor knocking out Jose Aldo. Bink. Dink. Dink. He
Nikita
looks
Krylov's
so
good, too.
Yeah, dude. I'm so happy for Dom Reyes, dude. He looks back to go through everything he's been through. Surging star. Gives a good fight to John Jones. Loses. Dude.
He had some tough fights, but he
In
came
his
back.
time of life, where his age is at, who he is, he just seems like I like him. I was like, damn, I haven't felt like it felt good. You know what I mean? Same thing for Volk. Volk's back.
Against someone I thought was going to win. I thought Diego Lopez was going to win, dude.
Yeah. I was helping bring you back to life, but I was watching clip in between, you know, dog fight. And what's crazy, Lopez, guys, you can't count him out. He can look like it was like kind of moments like what I remember in the beginning of the fight, like first 2 rounds, is he just wasn't looking there, and then boom, all of a sudden he's making it a dog fight. He's pretty unique.
He needs to just tweak a few things.
I think. Oh yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he could be a champ still.
And then you could have him fight Yair Rodriguez. That would be sick,
love that fight,
especially after the shit talk they had.
Right. I would absolutely love that fight.
Damn.
Yeah, and then, dude, John Silva submitting Bryce Mitchell the way he did. Jobin's holy shit.
The way he submitted him, bro, was like that in itself is a viral moment where you got Bryce Mitchell's face like he's going out, and that was such a tight headlock.
Looked like he was about to break his neck, dude.
It did. Yeah, dude, the pressure that dude had on that neck. Mm-hmm. He went out too. Oh, bro. And he's the guy talking about spiritual wars and shit. Dude. And about how he's doing it for God and everything. And then he gets slept like that.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure a lot of people were probably happy about it for some of the controversial things he said. You know?
That kind of hurts, dude.
Yeah. But he said that he had the most outpour that he's ever gotten. So that's pretty good. That's pretty cool. You know what I mean? He even after losing, he was staying positive with the Lord, saying, hey, I got all my teeth. No broken bones. So the Lord, and he was saying the Lord still protected him. So good for Bryce for still staying so positive with it. That's tough, dude.
He got slapped, dude. And the way they were, it's like I went over to Schmitty, bro. I was like, dude, you could not have this scene in 2005 when you're first watching this with that kind of beautiful angle of his face going out. Oh my God, it was hilarious. It was like crazy.
Remember when Masvidal knocked out Ben Askren and he laid next to him and slammed his hands on the floor while Ben's not even there? That happened again. Dude, Silva was barking. Oh, dude, did you see that? Yeah, I know you were.
I was probably pretty messed up at that point.
Bro, you need to rewatch it. Mm-hmm. Bryce is out cold and he's barking above him. Row, row, row. I'm like, holy fuck, this guy. And then the way that there was someone tweeted out, they're like, someone should suspend this man for playing at work. And dude, after he does that, then he's back on the fence, barking on the fence. First off, is he on something? Because the energy out of this man is insane. And now you got me. I'm convinced, Jobins, he's up next.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Gene Silva is no joke, and he made easy work.
Yeah.
Was his name John Silva?
I think it's John Silva.
It's John Silva because it's. Yeah, I'll say John Silva. My bad.
It
Silva.
could be. I don't, dude. Even Sean.
I said Gene because it's Jean, but it could be pronounced like that.
They could say it to us 50 million times, even before. Even Sean last night before he did his thing. He's what's his name? What's his name?
It's easier to remember. Sean. Yeah. John Silva.
Dude, everyone's got crazy names. It looks like something, and then sometimes I forget and I just read it real quick. And so sometimes I'll read G off instead of Schmidt. You knew it was Jeff. Why'd you say it, dummy?
Bryce Mitchell, I hope he comes back, though.
Yeah, he stayed positive.
Dude,
we could have had a completely different Bryce, a defeated Bryce Mitchell. He could have been so negative, but the fact that he came out and was positive, dude.
And then how you explained it just now that he got slept and the guy barking
over him, dude.
There's so much testosterone in that sport, though. It's like I don't think John Silva's like a bad guy, and I don't think he hates him or anything, but he probably was so amped.
Right? He's coming to fucking take that gold belt.
Yeah, how is he? It's like, dude, I wonder if that dude is on something, man, because it's crazy.
He's looking really
Some
good.
people are wired different.
Right? And then, dude, Yair Rodriguez, fucking Pitbull.
I called that one.
Yair was fucking on one, Jobins. He was throwing heat in everything. Every kick, every punch was just so heavy. You could feel it through the TV watching. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Holy fuck. But Pitbull never gave up, dude. He tried, man. He tried.
Dude, yeah, I can't wait, dude. That just sets it up for Rodriguez to go up against Diego Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rivalry they have with the Mexico versus Brazil. And then I think Yair Rodriguez could take out Diego Lopez.
It's a good fight, isn't it?
Because his stand-up's no joke, man. He had one of the best fights against against Max.
Lopez just knows how to... Dude, when you watch those slow motion... I always love those slow motion playbacks of fighters because they're in such a different realm at the time that they're seen frame by frame. And you can even see it with their eyes. as they line up. And, dude, he was almost having an answer every time. Alexander would throw something. Diego would come in with an uppercut, come in with an over. And it's that kind of dog fight that Lopez brings. And every fight's different.
Volkanovski's so good.
He's
too.
so fucking good.
He's so
dude.
good. He's like one of the best, dude. And I've been a hater because of him beating Max all those times.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just because that's how good he is.
Defying the odds, right?
Destroyed Yair Rodriguez, too. And now he's beating Diego Lopez, who's looked unstoppable.
×2, baby. Defying the odds.
The only people not getting beat are these freaking wrestlers, dude. These Dagestani guys.
Mm-hmm.
Except Marab broke him with wrestling. It's
insane.
Stand up. Come back, stand up.
It's insane. Paddy's fucking battied fucking Michael Chandler. That was awesome. What a fucking performance from Paddy Pimblett, dude. He has never looked that good in his life. Just, you can tell, guys, that he is in his prime. I believe Paddy will become champion. I wonder who it'll be against. Right now, we have this ladder effect. I think that's about to happen where everyone's either going up. Who knows if Islam's retiring or if he's going up. Who knows what fucking Taporia's doing.
At the post-fight conference, it made it sound like he was going to be called out for the belt next.
Which, as a fan of Paddy, why not? How can we say no that Paddy doesn't deserve the title shot? He's been in the UFC for a while. He's gained such a massive audience with his YouTube channel, his presence. He's iconic. Goes out and puts a beating on Michael Chandler like that. You got Michael Chandler gasping for air on his stool. Paddy's standing up, looking ready to kill.
Oh my God.
Impressive.
But just think of who Paddy has to fight.
I think he can get the job done. He even said, he's like, I think I have the better submissions. I think he does too. Charles always has really good submissions. They're great submissions. But like,
not if he's fighting Charles. I said for the championship. Just give it to him now against Islam.
That's the thing. What's Islam doing?
He would probably destroy Paddy, I think.
Might have some vacant title shots coming up.
And then, like you said, with the guy below Paddy going up possibly because he's looked unstoppable.
As a fanboy of the sport, I would love to see Paddy and Justin Gaethje. I'd love to see it.
Are you sure, bro? You know what I think happens?
Justin could be that kind of guy, dude, that beats Paddy. And then if he beats Paddy, Justin's right back there for a title shot. And he wants it.
Justin...
Bro, he could be the guy that...
I think he's better than Michael
submitted.
Chandler for sure.
I'm sure a lot of people would say, oh, no, calm down, Schmidt. Paddy would fucking probably just get into a crazy, ugly sprawl and submit Justin. But you never know, dude. Justin could be that guy that can have a barn burner scrap and then just end up clipping Paddy.
Paddy looks so good If we get that Paddy again, I think he dominates Justin Gaethje. Full mount again. 6'12" elbows, just like he did to our boy Chandler.
I'm sorry, but I think Justin looked good again in his last fight.
Against the same guy he fought before.
That guy's tough as fuck.
He is, but it was the same fight again. It's like, which is all a great fight. I'm just saying it's
durable.
Like, it'd be nice if it was someone else, though.
Durability. Where is durability for Justin Gaethje compared to Michael Chandler? Where would you compare that?
Durability is probably even worse now. After that Max Holloway fight, too, that was crazy.
No, hold on. Whose durability do you think is better, Michael Chandler or Justin Gaethje?
Oh, Michael Chandler's.
You think Michael Chandler's durability is better than Justin Gaethje's? I think the opposite.
Dude, the fight got called off, but he wasn't giving up. He's just getting TKO'd, dude. Paddy was just throwing punch after punch.
Lights didn't go out or
and
anything.
He said,
like
he's
that.
like, I could not get the tap. He's like, I wouldn't have been able to submit him, but I knew that if I just kept swinging on him, they would call that, which was really good game plan.
And he's bloodied up.
He's more just tired than anything. That's why he couldn't, because it's not him. He can't bridge out and get away.
True.
That was a good stoppage.
Yeah. You never know. He could have fucking opened up some shots and got a rear naked choke somehow. You just got to get that motherfucker even more tired.
What a cocky fool, though, to say that he would submit Charles Oliveira. Because that, like you said, when you dropped Charles Oliveira, that was a great name. Because that would be such a fun fight to watch.
I don't know if I'm fanboying right now, but the Bobby Green submissions and all his other submissions, they're pretty fucking sick. And I know Charles are too. Good. And it could just be I got to go back. Let's go back and watch some Charles Oliveira highlights of submissions. And then we'll look up Paddy's because I like what he's saying. It's a good way to get the Charles fight. Everyone's claiming that he's the submissionist. He gets fucking clipped. Paddy's looking better than ever. He's claiming that he's the better submissionist, and he's got some pretty fucking nasty submissions.
Mm-hmm.
I love to see it.
You know what, though? It's mixed martial arts, and Charles is going to have a problem on the feet, I think. I think Paddy looked great.
Right now, Schmitty's going Paddy. I got Paddy.
Oh, man.
And it's almost, again, Jobins, I think it would actually be similar to the Chandler fight with the Charles Oliveira fight.
It could very well be.
TKO stoppage.
You know
ground
what?
and pound. I could see it.
I'm a fan. I've always been a fan of Charles. I got to go Charles do Bronx. He's gonna get him.
They have a grueling fight. Paddy clips him, and Charles fucking shoots, fucking gets Paddy down, sinks in the hooks.
Do you remember what he did to? And this guy was a submission guy too. Beneil Dariush.
Yeah, but
He subbed him like it was nothing, bro. He
tough.
would do the same to Paddy once he defends against whatever he throws. Or I get taught a lesson.
You can't help but tune in and watch when Paddy the Baddy fights, dude. You can't help it. And the way he is, he's awesome.
Damn.
Big Paddy fan. It was awesome when we got to meet him. We met him a few years ago. If any of you guys remember, he was in one of our vlogs. We did a meet and greet, and he was all excited. He was signing the Hollerhead.
I still have it in my closet right now.
Same. Is yours open?
Nope.
Same. That's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a lot of cool Paddy cards too.
That was a hot day too, and Paddy was.
He's like, oh yeah, that's right. He was like, how the fuck? He's like, it's so fucking hot out here. It was fire. He was cool. He seemed really cool.
Oh shit, dude. He still eats like crazy too. He ain't stopping.
Yeah. Last night's fights were fire. Can't wait. Oh, dude, we gotta talk about the Sean Woodson fight because damn, Sean Woodson was reminding me of some Anderson Silva shit at first. The way he was moving his hands around, he's being all crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He was staying good. He had some good fucking leg kicks, keeping Dan Ige away. But Dan Ige's the dog, and he's coming in, right? He's gonna fucking come in. It sucks, right? Because we all thought he was getting up. We all thought that was a horrible stoppage.
Dude, Dan Ige is really good, man.
He is. Dude.
Sean Woodson can come back again.
And it was just that split second freeze. It felt like, you know what I mean? A split second freeze, ding, ding, and he's hitting him so fast. Ding, ding, da 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 da. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's crazy how the judges had Dan Ige up 2 on the scorecards. I don't know what fight I was watching. Maybe that was just such a big Sean Woodson fight. But I definitely thought he had the first round. It got stopped in the 3rd round, correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's over.
I know.
It don't matter anymore. Our parlays are shot.
Yeah. Well, no, it just sucks for Sean Woodson. I mean, I think he had more left in him than what he was getting. So I just wish it sucks because there's times where we're like, oh my God, ref, stop it, save him. And then there's times where, oh, ref, let him go out.
Dude, Sean Woodson should be grateful, dude, that he has the body type he has. It's so crazy. It's like perfect for fighting, I feel like. With his long ass limbs and everything. He'll be fine, man. He's just got to work on his just the fight game. But he's got everything else to do it to be the best, man. I'd like to see him be champ one day.
Oh yeah. I was hoping he'd be a little more outputting with his fucking strikes. He was doing so good with his leg kicks, dude.
Dude, he's got the tools to do it.
Right? But Dan, you got to give credit where credit's due, and that's Dan Ige opens. What a fucking dog. At his age, through all the battles that he's been through. Talk about someone who's fucking durable.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Fuck.
Dude, he is tough.
Dan Ige, dude.
Calvin Cater's tough, too. It's just like, that's how... Dude, Max Holloway's one of my favorite. He's had such good wars with these guys. Dan Ige's no joke.
I know. How can you not love Max Holloway, dude?
Sean Woodson can come back, man.
Oh, yeah.
From the 3-1 represent.
Great night of fights, though. Oh, Chase Hooper kind of... I don't know. He was kind of being, like, a little salty about his performance against Jim Miller. But it's like, dude, again, Jim Miller's another dog. You know
I was going to be like, dude, if I'm Jim Miller, I'd be pissed about how he's acting right now.
Right?
But he said nothing but respect for him in his talk. So I was like, okay.
But you could just see it on his face.
He definitely wanted to have a better
Oh,
performance.
fuck, yeah. Like, keep your head up, dude. That's fucking a legend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has, like, the most UFC fights in the organization.
Right?
Dude, and it's hard to say that I fully committed to those fights because of poker, because that was pretty cool, dude. And then his coach is the World Series of Poker coach, Danny Allen. I had to look him up and everything. And then I have that hoodie, and they were making fun of the hoodie guys. Jovins, they were calling it, they were like, oh yeah, it makes you look bisexual or something. I was like, dude, and then it's his merch. JX was saying it. Yeah, thanks, JX. JX like, that hoodie makes you look bisexual. And it's like, oh, yeah, you know that's his merch? And I pointed right at Danny.
He had no idea.
No,
That's fire.
that was funny. And then I was, yeah.
So he's a World Series poker champion.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got that bracelet.
Dude, yeah, he had that shirt on. So I was like, damn, man. It's like, you know what, bro? Jobins, if you want to scare everyone at the poker table, show up with a T-shirt that says World Series of Poker Champion.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. I think it'd be a genius idea.
Oh, a watch. You got shades, watches, rings.
Let's do that. We should go to the casino dressed like that.
How many people have Thor things for their thing? I've played poker for just a little bit, guys, and I've already seen 3 different people with a Thor hammer for their they put on their cards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had one.
Dude, he makes the tables too and stuff. I wonder if he made that sugar table.
Oh, wow.
Because it looks like he did with like his page.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's sick. That's sick. Yeah, dude, poker is crazy. And just learning like the levels of what poker actually is, it's insane.
I would show him my cards a lot and he would tell me like odds and stuff and like if that was a good idea or not.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot that goes into poker when you think about odds with 52 cards and then there's 4 of each. And
you know what I love about Warlike?
What?
That guy claims to be the poker god, right? The whole night, he'll stack up a rack of chips. And there's days where he hasn't, but there's been a few times now that I've witnessed where he racks up a bunch of chips and he's like, oh, and then he's like, I love poker. I love poker. Wow, wow, wow. And he's like, oh, I love my numbers and my odds. I'm an odds guy. Then he goes all in and loses everything. And he's going, my God, I hate poker. It's like, dude, know when to fold them, man. If you're going to be such an odds guy and you're such a poker guy, from an outside perspective, I think your time is not knowing when to stop. Because he'll be up so many times and lose it all.
It's all about equity, as Danny liked to keep saying.
Yeah.
And I kept making that joke like, oh, I don't have enough equity. Because it's like, dude, if you have the most chips, you can kind of bully people, too.
That's what they like to do, dude. It's all about bullying.
It's a dirty game.
You got to know your placement on the table for your bullying, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of, what I've learned is you can kind of react with how people act. Some people will be really good at disguising it. But if you can see and play the cards with the people, you kind of know what everyone has, and then you can bully.
See, because it's like I was bluffing out people earlier before that bluff happened, Jobins. It kind of sucks because it's like, oh, I'm not a bad bluffer. I feel bluffed maybe too many times, and I tried my hand too many.
Yep. I even learned some tips from that guy last night because I found myself with poker is that you got to just not care too much. But say you have a hand, right, that you lose in, but you've won other times with. You got to just accept that was just the one time you lost with that hand and it happens and move on.
Yeah.
Because there's times where I'm like, fuck, I'm losing with these and now I'm not going with them. And then I'll see the table flop. It's like with certain hands, you just got to get over the fact that you lost it because it's 1 in a tenth or a 1 in a lot that it didn't work. And that's something that I'm like, okay, ooh, that's new. I gotta start thinking that way too.
I get hung up too on like hands that have beaten me, and then I get those hands. That happened last night, Jobins. Like I got pocket 4s, and one time, Sean beat me, and I had aces on the table, but he had pocket 4s, and he had 3 of a kind.
Right.
And then it's like, well, what if I got 3 of a kind? Like I had to bring that one up to Danny, and I was like, should I have folded or not? And he was like, well, with 7, it's not bad. You at least see the flop. That's where they get me, dude. That's where they get me, Jobins. They use all their equity, as they like to say, throw all their coin in, and then say, okay, well, if you want to see the flop, you got to call it.
Yep.
And I can't do that.
Right.
I've folded on some really good hands, bro.
Yep.
It hurts.
And the thing about these poker, we're not even doing tournaments anymore, and we're just playing at the table. And it's like you can lose your $50 or $100 really quick.
Dude, I lost a freaking $100 so fast with aces, and it's because War had an ace queen.
That was funny.
It happens, bro.
The dire wolf returns.
That's what I wanted to talk about next too, dude. What a crazy story.
Jurassic Park is real.
Yeah, that's legit Jurassic Park. You are resurrecting an extinct animal.
And how many people probably want to go see these things now?
People are arguing, though. They're saying that they're not fully the same because they're using, Jobins, if you don't know, they're using gray wolf genomes, and then they're splicing it with fossils. Like they were able to pull the DNA from these fossils of direwolves because gray wolves are like 99.5% the same genetic match as direwolves. But then it's like if they act like direwolves, if behave like direwolves, and look like direwolves, wouldn't that make it a direwolf?
Well, you gotta look at it through the cells perceptive. I remember playing this game Pocket Frogs when I was in high school, and you would make all these different looking frogs, and you had to birth them, and there was only like percentages of what you could birth in rare ones every once in a while. And I'm sure that's how it's gonna be with all the genetics and all the bullshit when it comes to these direwolves, right? One of these three are getting dissected for sure. Romulus, Remus, and what's her name?
Khaleesi from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. One of them are getting dissected. Who's getting dissected
Dude,
first?
don't say that. You think that
they're gonna live their lives. They're gonna live. They're making them happy. They're giving them the place to live. But once they die, they're getting dissected.
Yeah, that's different. Okay, I thought you meant like just to do it.
And you just got to play from there. So I'm sure once you get these ones made, and then they fuck with it, and the more.
Isn't
and
that
more
pretty
and more.
epic names?
It is.
Romulus and Remus.
I know. What's the metaphor? What's it about? What's the symbolism there? What's it all mean?
Well, you know, the Romulus and Remus were the founders of Rome. And the legend has it they were
alien Romulus.
They were nursed by a wolf, like a female wolf.
There it is.
Like they had drank the milk from her and everything, and like were able to grow and build the city of Rome. So the fact that it's dire wolves. And they name them Romulus and Remus is crazy.
That's fire. That's
the
so
Khaleesi
crazy.
one is a little more.
That's so Prometheus. That's so alien type shit.
Oh my god.
It's so
the hubris of man.
It really is.
Like the ego to think that you can get away with doing this.
Well, here's the part we're not thinking about. Why? Why are we doing this? And here's the thing. When this freaking person comes out and says that scientists say half of species will be extinct by the 2030. So I'm going to be 58. You'll be 55, right? So if they're doing all this to save all the species now that are going to be distinct, I get that, right?
Did you hear that stat? 50% of all species will be extinct by 2050.
Now,
that's
why?
insane.
Now, why is that? Well, let's deep dive into that.
Yeah.
Well, all the fucking bullshit we're doing.
So what's the point of making the animals if the world isn't going to be a better place for them in the first place?
I wonder if, because dude, and here's another thing. Okay, if you're going to just make all these freaking things and not have them in the wild, what are you doing it for?
Right.
Just to make money? Like, what are we, to save these people? Because because we can't release these into the wild, right? It'll just fucking mess shit up.
Definitely. Yeah, you can't release a woolly mammoth into the wild.
Right? And now you got these woolly mice, and you want to bring back woolly mammoths. Well, why? Again, bringing it back to wanting to save species. I get that, and I'm for that. It's cool, but like, don't fuck shit up by bringing old shit back. Or is it darker?
It's probably darker than we're thinking.
Do they know something? Is there gonna be some? Because there's always gonna be some kind of event that we can't stop.
Do you even know the name of the company behind all of this, Jobins? It's Colossus Biosciences. I did have that. That's basically Umbrella from Resident Evil,
which they've been putting in our face this whole time.
Biotechnology, bro. What are the? You know what you really made me think about, bro? Is the military implications of this kind of technology.
Oh yeah.
With like infusing this kind of shit into making super soldiers.
Have we been Thanos? They're saying 50% of animals are going to be gone. We've been Thanos because, like, think about all the people getting cancer, all the shit that's happening these days.
Like humans will be included in the 2050.
Are we the generation not meant to live long? Before everyone lives long?
I don't know, man. I feel like with this kind of technology, what Dr. Beth Shapiro of Colossal Biosciences is doing today, people are going to live to be 200, 300 years old.
Well, we got to reset.
Well, in a way, it is resetting. It's human evolution and progress being done by humans. Another thing going against like the natural order of things.
Right. That Black Mirror first episode of Black Mirror freaked us out too. I was like, damn, this is how it would be if that was linked to your head. And because, dude, in a way, it almost feels like they always have controlled where they want us to go. So doesn't it make sense? Like, think about gated communities.
Mm-hmm.
Why do people want to be gated? They don't want to deal with the outside bullshit, right?
Right.
So if everyone's got these things and in our cars that won't allow us to go down this road or go down that way, we won't be able to have these thoughts, or things are going to take up our time. The more sleeping aspect freaked me out.
Dude, the fact that they were pumping ads through her.
Yeah.
And she would spit out ads.
And then I witnessed you fall victim to an ad this morning with a knife ad.
Yeah, there's this really cool knife, Jobins, that like could replace like 16 of the knives that you think you need. It's crazy.
We're living Black Mirror.
Oh, well, that's why the Black Mirror is so scary, dude. It's because it's too real.
It really is, dude. And they really show how things would be if things were that way.
This shit is black. The direwolf's whole scenario is Black Mirror to me.
Well,
why are we doing it? Like you said, it makes no sense to bring something that shouldn't even be, couldn't survive anyways.
Well, it's like, what are we going to do? We have vaults where we store every seed on the planet. What are we going to do? Are we going to create everything that ever existed and have a vault of cells, a vault of all these things that we can reproduce through science? Which makes sense if we're like thinking of future and catastrophic events we'll always be able to preserve. But then it's like the world changes with every catastrophic events. Everything dies, new things come about, supposedly. But you know what I mean?
Time and time again, humans have proven that rather than looking for a cure, they would rather get a poison made. It's dude, it's just like all this research and everything. You think it's really going to go to those kind of good things, to curing cancer and all this, or do you think it's going to be weaponized and used to be like, oh wait, let's see how we can kill, these Russians or Chinese, or the Chinese thinking the same thing about us? Just it sucks, dude, that it has to be weaponized when it's like
we live in a world where we got freaking dire wolves before curing cancer.
That is such a powerful message, bro. Why?
We're going to get woolly mammoths before we cure cancer?
And the only way that I think that you could justify the why is if it was to like cure cancer. If they're like, well, in the woolly mammoth, if we were able to replicate it and like draw out its cells and stuff,
right?
Then I'd be like, okay.
Of course I want to bring Sid back. I loved Ice Age. I fucking loved Ice Age. Mm-hmm. I'd love to have Sid. I'd love to have a pet Sid. I call him Sid. But why?
Yeah, when we could save people.
Right?
Well, it comes back to money.
Holy shit.
It's really dark. And then the CEO of BioColossus is talking about, oh, yeah, we have a mission, but, it's profits first. That's how these people operate.
It's how the world works, dude. People use people as much as they can to gain things. And it's fucking sickening.
Damn, it's true.
Terminator's coming, man. Terminator 2, we're all going to be working for the computers. Computers going to fucking do something. Something crazy's going to happen.
Just, you know what? It got me onto another story with the resurrection of the direwolf, because I was thinking about like how the Chinese have already done selective breeding. Did you know Yao Ming was a byproduct of selective breeding?
How so?
His father and mother, Jobins, both are former basketball players. The dad was 6'10", and the mom, she was like reportedly the tallest Chinese woman at the time, and only at 6'2", but that was really tall for for a Chinese woman. And they had them procreate, and have sex, and then they had Yao Ming, on September 12th of 1980, and guess what? Not only did they get him created, they then put him through state-sponsored sports programs to try to ensure that they had the best athletes. And then Yao Ming is who he is now, which is crazy.
So scientists were like, yo, you guys should hook up and have a baby. That was it?
That's what happened, dude. Okay. And then they were like, and then we're going to run all these programs and things, too.
Did they do anything to him?
I don't, dude, if they did, they don't tell anyone. They're not telling us everything that the Communist Chinese Party does. Meta is already teamed up with them and helped them with AI shit that the whistleblowers bringing up.
Remember Austin Powers?
Yeah.
Remember when he gets unfrozen in the beginning of the movie?
Yeah.
There's like 200 people apparently frozen waiting for science to be able to unfreeze them?
That is wild. No, there's not.
I think that's going to be able to happen. I think that's going to be able to
Well, it's already happens then in a way if they started the process by freezing them. And so they're waiting.
But it's a dead tissue cell. You know what I mean? So who knows?
So they're
What if this is that?
That would be insane. The direwolf, the Colossus biotechnology is actually just a front, and they're trying to bring back the people that have been frozen, like Walt Disney or something like that.
And we got to freeze Trump. We're going to freeze Donald Trump once he's dead, but we're going to bring him back.
Do you have to? Would you even freeze people nowadays? Could you imagine if George Washington and all those guys had a podcast like this and going Black Mirror on this, and then you have AI and everything, and then you go over all of their recordings? You could basically have a George Washington AI or like a Brennan Schmidt AI. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've had so much to pull from us that they could just create that. 100%. So it's like, why couldn't you talk to Donald Trump in 800 years? Donald Trump AI.
Or like we can make it to where it's like, oh, like he's in the computers now after he's died. And he's like, oh, I've died. He's like, that's not my vessel. I am now here. And we believe it. You know what I mean? There's some real shit that's going to be crazy. Either it all ends from disaster, or we see some real new trippy shit here soon.
Well, optimism,
even though we're already
right?
seeing it.
Dude, if they do create all these different animals, do you go to the zoo? Do you go to that island?
That's what's Jurassic Park now. I'm paying to go see these little woolly mammoth, these little tiny woolly mammoth mice. I'm going to see. I'm paying money to go see. And now I got direwolves. And I got George R.R. Martin taking photos with these little direwolf puppies. Hey, I don't even know if that's real or if that's AI generated photo. And they're on top of a fucking the sword chair.
You know what it makes me want, though, so bad, Jobins? I don't know if you're old enough to remember, but like Spy Kids 2, when he had all the little animals. I want a little woolly mammoth, bro. That would be fire.
I wanted all. Felt the same way. I was like, I want my own little historical zoo.
Give me a miniature direwolf. Get me one that doesn't rip my head off.
Maybe we need to go back and rewatch that movie. Maybe there's some things in there that we just as kids were like, huh?
Dude, Robert Rodriguez that made all the Spy Kids movies, he knew shit. He knew shit. Think about the third movie, Spy Kids 3D, when it's like virtual reality, and they're in the video game.
Let's make Spy Adults. I think it's time.
Spy.
Then we get into what's really going on.
Okay.
Bring them back. They're adults now.
They've tried to do Spy Kids reboots, and they are always really bad.
Yep. Spy Adults, rated R.
We're testing it. We're testing it. It's a shot.
What else you got for me today?
Well, dude, thank you for shouting out my channel earlier, guys. We got to 200 on my the Brennan Show.
Subscribers, that's fire.
That's so fire. And I know a lot of you guys came over to that too, so thank you so much. And then
keep killing it. You're killing it with your own channel, dude.
Yeah, do episode 50 and try to go live on it as maybe like a precursor. Try to figure out stepping up and stuff, because I think it'd be kind of cool to see a live engagement thing.
People have been telling us to do it too.
Yeah. And then if I do it and can have some experience to pass on to what we need to do, it'd be cool.
I agree. You should, man.
But yeah, it's been good. And then the 2-year thing coming up. The other thing that sucks, guys, I have really dry skin that I've been itching a lot. I think I do need to see a dermatologist or something.
I think so too.
It's been bothering me.
What if you're eating something that you don't know? Like
it's like could be in my diet.
Or your allergies or something.
I know.
We always apparently change. That shit changes as you get older.
I need to find out. I need to go to Colossus Bioscience.
It could be your soap. Try a different soap for a week.
What if they can replicate a woolly mammoth, and then when they kill it and dissect it, they find something to get my dry skin cured?
Well,
see, we got to think about all the potential.
Would we be able to one day bring back like the old us? Like the cavemen versions of us? Have
okay. Baby? You were making me even more freaked out, because what I was thinking is like we never die, and then like they could replicate your entire cells to create you again from like birth.
That's probably one of the new
in
Black
a
Mirror
pool
episodes.
To like come out, so like you could live forever. And then get this, they could get like because what is Elon Musk already working on? Neural chips.
Oh yeah.
They just chip your memories into the new body.
Right. Oh, you like having your arms and hands again, right? We'll pay for this.
Oh shit, that would be so scary.
It's how it's gonna be.
You wouldn't even be able. Oh my god.
Think about everything you have a subscription to. There's a tier to it. Everything has a tier. Our taxes have tiers, not tiers, but brackets.
You're subscribing to life.
Taxes.
That's
are brackets.
crazy. You could have your life membership canceled. Yeah. That is dark.
And you're put into a bracket.
Dude, we do brackets too, like primary
Guess
tier,
what?
premium tier, pinnacle.
Tim and Sean are going to be in a whole different type of existence than us, bud, because
Oh
they're
my
in different
God.
brackets.
So they get a better existence
Yep.
because of what they can afford.
Soon Tim's not going to have to worry about getting pulled over because he'll be flying down the highway faster than all of us lower brackets.
Let's hope that doesn't happen, man.
Well,
Let's stay optimistic. Okay? We staying
Optimistic.
positive. We talking about
positive.
spiritual wars. We're talking about tech wars.
Talk about staying positive. Let's stay positive trying to watch the first episode of season 2 of Last of Us.
Oh my God,
So-
we got to watch that too.
Let's see what that's about. Let's see what happens.
The Last of Us 2.
Yep.
Season 2.
All right, Jobins. That's the episode. We love you guys. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week.
Love you guys.
Deuces.